Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 74 of the Ski Instructor Podcast. My name is Dave Burrows, and I'm the director and owner of Snowpro Ski School based here in Valais in Switzerland. I hope you're all well. This episode this week features Donna Clarke, and Donna is the president of the Regional Performance Centre for the ski team Dents du Midi. That won't mean a great deal for a lot of you, but if I explain that the Dents du Midi are our sort of local mountains around here. So they're sort of local landmark mountains in the same way that Zermatt has the Matterhorn and various other places have, what they have. The region comprises all of the Swiss villages in the Port du Soleil on the Swiss side. And if you can imagine, each one of those villages has a ski club. And the idea is that it provides a sort of a funnel so that each of the villages send their decent, their best skiers to Ski Team Dents du Midi. From Ski Team Dents du Midi, you get selected for Ski Valais. And then, there's a pathway onwards and upwards into Swiss Regional and then on into the Swiss ski team at various age groups and levels. So Donna is, I've known for some time, she's the president of this, of the Regional Performance Centre for the ski team Dents du Midi. She's responsible for, the program and how it all fits together, and essentially also keeping kids in the sport, which I think is something that we do touch on quite a lot in this episode. It's a very, very interesting topic to me because you see so many kids drop out of skiing and at certain age groups, and that's we want to keep as many people in skiing as we possibly can, and to hear more about that was super interesting. So we had a very wide ranging chat, and this episode is quite a long one, but I couldn't find any natural place to split it, and so I'm just leaving it in here as a long format episode, and I think it's better like that actually. At the start there's a little bit of mic interference, sorry about that, but I don't know why it happened, but I only just picked it up in the edit, but I've kind of tried to make it as best I can. Just ignore that, and then once you get into the meat of the interview, it sort of goes away. So that's all good. But we talk about how she came to be in the Alps, coaching kids, the ski team itself, keeping kids in skiing equipment. There's so much in this interview, and I'm really, really pleased with how it came out. There's a lovely chemistry, and I very much enjoyed the chat that I had with Donna. So I'm going to leave you to it and dive straight into the interview now. And we started off talking about making speed on the flat. Enjoy the episode, and I will see you soon.
Have them on the steep all the time.
Yeah.
You're not actually teaching them to ski. Because they're not they're fighting gravity the whole time.
Yeah.
So they're leaning back and they're fighting all the time. Whereas when it's a bit flatter, well, they have to learn how to create speed on flat.
Yeah.
But also you can just give them more time to just learn to roll and carve. And roll on the ski. Whereas if you're on the steep, you're just like, the whole time.
Isn't that interesting?
And technically, you want them to be able to have good base technique, and that's where you learn it on the flat.
Yeah.
Rolling, rolling and progressive edging.
Yeah.
Particularly for racing and GS or whatever, but and it just gives them time and no fear.
Yeah.
And then you can gradually get it steeper. And this time of year, going up on the flat on the glacier, and it's that backside. It's not dead flat.
No, it's steep enough.
It's steep enough, and they can and they can get enough speed up.
Yeah.
But still use the ski. They have to learn to use the ski. If you're on the steep, you're not using the ski.
Yeah.
At that age.
What age are we talking about? Like, do you take the real? Because I saw you had.
We got the fizz guys up there as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because again, some of them come from different systems.
Yeah.
And we just want to get them back to a good, solid base technique.
Yeah.
And learn how to use the ski.
Okay.
Because some of them don't use the ski; they're just skidding it, or they're not trying. They're not pressurizing the ski. They're not rolling onto it. They're not, and they're not deforming the ski.
Yeah.
And they're not getting, because when you push it, the ski will rebound and accelerates you forward as well.
Yeah.
So they've got to learn to feel that and be able to use that ski.
Yeah.
The way to create more speed.
That's super interesting.
So that's one of the things that we really use the flat for.
Yeah.
And it's something that a lot of the kids are not good at, is generating speed on the flat.
Yeah.
And a lot of I think the Swiss, a lot of the top coaches have said, we're not good at on the flat.
Right.
You know, and they've looked at Dave Riding.
Yeah,
and
sure, right.
You know, because they on dry slope.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, you have to make speed.
You have to make speed because it doesn't. The resistance is completely different.
Yeah.
So they have to create speed. They have to push it.
Yeah, and you see that when where were they in Finland?
Yeah, in Levy.
In Levy, just this weekend gone, right? Like you see on a slope like that, you have to make speed. There's no other way. That whole middle section is like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you've got the top section, which is flat, and then it's very steep. Yes. And then there's the bottom section that's relatively flat.
The other way around. I think it's somewhere else. But like you can literally see them skating across that bit, like the guys who really know how to do it.
But they're also, because I was watching it with my younger son, he said he couldn't understand why some of them, they look as if they're really going for it, and we're actually slower. Yeah. And it's almost as though they're doing it in a subtle, more subtle way, and almost as though some of them who are really pushing it are pushing too hard on that flat. So it's getting that balance of being able to push, but in a very quiet way. Yeah, and I suppose you can only push as far as. God, we're diving straight into this really early. They only introduced ourselves yet. But it was quite interesting because I was on a refresher when I saw you, so I'm there doing a Swiss Snow Sports, this is what's new kind of thing. Okay. They're about to rewrite their whole manual first time for 10 years or something. Okay, again. It's been the whole thing. But I think they're going. I don't know. I mean, the last one was complicated enough. God knows what's going to be in the new one. But interestingly, what is at the core of it? Because they love these models, right? The breakdown, this big cheese model thing. What is at the core of it is snow. Like what the snow give. Like what can you do with this snow that you're on? And so. If the snow, in that instance, if the snow is not supporting you making a big pushy movement and you need a quieter movement just to kind of that, it's interesting to hear that because obviously that's mega important, right? Like you got to realise what surface you're on. And that's something we can touch on because in our conversation, we take the ski team to Wales. No, really? Yep, and we go on a dry slope. What do they make of Wales? It's Welsh. I don't understand anything. No, we take them to Llandudno. And the reason there's a twofold reason for that. Yeah. In that Champery has twinned with Llandudno. Yeah. So as part of the kind of the twinning and link up, and in January there's always Welsh Week in Champery. They've got the Welsh Championships that come. Yeah. And we're very supportive of that as well. So as part of that, but also when it was suggested, it was half suggested as a bit of a joke.
Right.
And our first new coach that we had, he went, yeah, I think that would be a really good idea.
Yeah.
Because we use, I don't know if you know, in Sion they've got a rolling carpet.
Yes.
And we quite often have, they've got, Ski Valais had a trailer which had a rolling carpet on it.
Wow.
So you could take it places. Now that Sion has bought it from Ski Valais, we still bring it up to Morges, and we have the kids on it quite a lot over the summer.
Oh, wow.
And that's it's like skiing a bit on dry slope.
Yeah.
So we started going over to Wales. We've done 3 trips now over there. But it's also about differentiation of surface.
Sure.
So you get that, and this year was really interesting because we did 3 days on dry slope, Manchester to Chill Factor, did some races in there, the British and Welsh Championship, indoor championships with them. So you had an instant kind of diversification of surface. So they're having to quickly learn to adapt. Yeah. And that's what you find on skiing. One day it can be soft, one day it's wet, one day it's ice. You can be going down a course that goes from sun to shadow. Yeah. And then when you go from sun, it could be a little bit on the soft side into the shadow where it's rock hard. Yeah. So they've got to learn to adapt. And they've got to learn to be successful. Yeah. You've got to learn to adapt to surface.
And how were they on the dry slope?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Really, actually very, very good.
Amazing.
They adapted really quite quickly.
Yeah.
And the Welsh guys are really quite surprised.
It must be quite interesting for the Welsh guys because you've got all these kind of, guys from the real mountains as such, know, showing up, hot shots or whatever.
The first year they found the transition difficult. Yeah. I think that was also because we didn't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. I haven't skied. I skied a couple of times in dry slope in Edinburgh when I was young. Yeah. But never really skied on dry slope. But you can talk to them, they say it's like skiing on ice. Oh, yeah? You've got to have really good edges on it.
Yeah, well, Yeah.
And they'd sharpen their edges. It's like, just like they'd be skiing on ice.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Because there is a whole, I think, we've had a podcast with someone, I can't remember who it was, but we were talking about the nuances of skiing on dry slope and edge tune and stuff like that. And it's everything. Yeah. Essentially, I think. And then what about when they went indoors? So you bring the whole Ski Valais squad and you're skiing indoors? No,
we just had a small group of 11 kids that signed up to come. Okay. Half of them were Ski Valais, half of them were the ski team group, which we'll go into. The setup of that. Yeah. So it was a mixed match. We had one girl got the podium in her age group. Okay. And the others were close. What they found was really interesting because they'd skied indoors before. We would go to Amneville every autumn as well. Mm-hmm. And so this wasn't new, but Chill Factor was new. Yeah. Because it's really, really short.
It sure is. It's amazing how short
so the race is 13 seconds long.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. So,
I remember doing a moguls thing there once. And that was, it was just
and that was
150 metres.
Yeah, but that was what it was really interesting. What's one of my coaches?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the...
Oh, yeah. Is there some drama?
But yeah, so they had to, and one of our really good kids, he was saying, because he's a really good skier, so should have been quite well up there. But he said you have to be going from the point you go out of the start. Yeah. He said I'm not used to that. Normally I go out at maybe about 80% and then get into the rhythm, and then you've got because you've got 40 seconds or 50 seconds or a minute on a race. There you've got 13 seconds. You have got to be going full gas from the moment, which is what we've been telling them anyway, that you've got to come out of the fighting at the start. Even if your race is 40 seconds long or 50 seconds long, you can't wait and catch up. You have got to be going.
It's true.
Straight away.
So Bodie Miller used to do that. He used to just push out of the gate and be like serene.
Yeah,
those days are gone, aren't they?
those days are, So we've kind of. It was a really good learning experience.
Yeah, I bet.
And going from dry slope to the indoor, it went from because the dry slope's got so much resistance.
Yeah.
So it's this much slower speed.
Yeah.
And suddenly hitting snow, which had a very strange texture to it.
The indoor stuff, it's weird, isn't it? It's just been reused, I think, so much.
And then they, so they suddenly were going fast.
Huh.
So that was...
Yeah, that messes with your balance, right?
Yeah, but it was, again, differentiation and diversification of surface and conditions and everything else, which they've got to learn to adapt to quickly.
And furthermore, you go away to a foreign country with your mates on the ski team, right? That's a whole adventure in itself, right? You're in this random place in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, and this time they actually got to work a bit with the Welsh squad, trained alongside them, made friends. We did some parallel racing with them, so they actually interacted with the Welsh squad.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it was really good.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Fantastic. Maybe we'll touch back on that. Yeah. Why don't you tell me a little bit? Because you know how you've been listening to the podcast before.
I'm just keeping an eye on the live timing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
My son is racing.
Where is he racing?
Diavolezza.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How's he getting on?
Good. 38 points yesterday.
Oh, no way.
Lying in 10th today after, halfway through the first run.
Yeah.
So
current FIS points score?
He's just he's 55 in slalom, 53 in GS.
Wow.
50 something in Super G, Swiss under 18 Super G and downhill champion.
That's some pretty serious skiing.
That's some pretty serious skiing, and now he's yesterday he got a 38 point slalom.
Yeah.
So,
boom.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Because so he's racing FIS at the moment?
Yeah.
So that's like you got to get on the treadmill and go to all sorts of races here, there and everywhere.
He goes off. You don't have to deal with him anymore.
Does it independently?
Pretty much.
That's cool.
Well, he's at NLZ, which is the national group, National Performance Centre in Brigg.
Amazing.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come to that.
We will come to that.
How did you end up?
Structure.
Well, I like structure, but I also like it when people break the structure. I love that.
Yeah,
it's my favourite thing. So, how did you end up here?
How did we end up here?
And here, by the way, listener, is I'm sitting in a beautiful house in Toiteron with a beautiful view over Dents du Midi.
Yep.
And then if I look out of this window, if I could see through that tree, it would be the Dent Blanche and the whole of the Val d'Illier. And I see you around regularly hanging out with Ski Valais and while we're doing our ski school stuff. And what brought you here? Well, I mean, where did you start skiing? What was your journey to arrive here in this place? We've got plenty of time.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Switzerland, brought up in Scotland, and learned to ski in Scotland.
Okay. When did you go to Scotland?
Oh, when I was a baby.
Oh, right.
When I was a baby, my parents split up, and it was long story, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, so I learned to ski in Scotland.
Okay.
I lived just outside Perth. Skied in Glenshee, Cairngorm.
Oh, so you got all the old school stories about the White Lady and all that stuff.
Oh, yes.
You know,
indeed.
1,000 short swings just get you warmed up in the morning.
Absolutely.
All those old school
the wind
Peter
and the
stories.
rain and the horizontal rain or sleet, snow, ice on your face and yeah.
So you don't care about weather. You just get out there.
Yeah, it has to be pretty gnarly for me to.
You're polar opposite of me. Like, don't really fancy that today. Hello, Mr. Polite. We're not skiing today.
I think as you age, you're kind of going, no, thanks.
No, you can pick and choose. I ring up my guests. And I'm just like, look, today's not the day. Let's just do it another day. We're not going up in this.
I worked in Ski Valais many moons ago, and I remember the head of the ski school came in to the chalet we were based in.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and went, "Today is not a day for skiing. Today is for staying at home and making babies."
That's all right.
It's okay.
That's the way to do it.
That was because the weather was so bad. He was trying to say to us that not working today.
Today, it's not happening.
Not happening.
So your formative years were getting blown about in all of the
in the Scottish weather,
in the Scottish Highlands.
Yep.
Beautiful. It's lovely up there, though.
It is when it's nice. And I'll tell you what, when the skiing's good, when it's nice weather, and the skiing is good snow, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
I will never forget. I mean, if I had to move away from here, I love here, so I'm probably not going to. But if I ever had, and I had a choice of wherever I could move, and it had to be somewhere in the UK, I would go to the north of Scotland. And despite the weather, it's just like there's no one there.
Yeah, and it's wild. It's beautiful.
We'll never ever forget a drive when we kind of did a sort of a tour. We went up the west coast of Scotland and then up, must have been Inverness, and we turned. There's a road that goes down the middle. Yeah. Right, like it's not the east coast or the west coast road. So there's one that goes like bang down the middle from, I'm guessing it's like Inverness back down towards Glasgow and Edinburgh. There's nothing. Yeah. Drive. There's nothing except distilleries and just fields. It's absolutely stunning. Going across Dalwhinnie. Yeah, down past that. That's amazing, isn't it? And I imagine it's better if you go north. There's probably even less up there. Like if you go north from Inverness into the real islands, I'm guessing that's really remote. It is remote, and it's just different. Again, but I like going. I love Glencoe. That whole area around Glencoe. And, that is absolutely stunning. On the south side of Loch Ness. Yeah. That is just stunning. Wild country. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we had when my husband came out of the Navy, we had a choice, and he was headhunted to a job in Switzerland. Okay. But it would have been Scotland. It was a choice of Scotland, New Zealand, or here. Okay. There's some nice choices though. Yeah, and Scotland. Work situation it's harder to find jobs. Job here. New Zealand, potentially a little bit too far away. Yeah, for family and things. If your family's based here, it's I know people have done the opposite. You know, they've got their families been in New Zealand, but they've been working here. Yeah, and it's just we're just too far away. Yeah, you know, the kids aren't seeing the grandparents and all that stuff. Yeah, and if there's anything happens, you need to. Yeah, it's a day. It's a day, you know, to get back to aging parents or whatever. So it's Switzerland, that weighs heavily on my mind. My parents are getting older, and I know that I'm going to be on a plane more regularly. Yeah, than I already am. Yeah, that's how it goes. It is how it goes, sadly, but that's life. Yeah. Okay, so you ended up here. Did you originally come to Geneva, or did you move? No, we originally were in Zurich, but I knew this area because when I left school at 18, I came and worked in Le Creuset for a season. Oh, wow. As a chalet girl. Yeah. And then went to Champson, and did 10 seasons. Yeah. Sort of dotting around, doing bits of this, that, and the next thing. Okay. So all the boys, 3 boys, two boys, born here, and so to all intents, and I'm guessing they went to school here. So to all intents and purposes, they're Swiss. Yep. More than Scottish. Well, I think Alex would argue. He's the older one. He's hanging around upstairs. Yeah. He plays bagpipes. Oh yeah. Didn't fancy the Alpenhorn. No, he was learning to play the guitar. Wow. And then got bored with that and said, I want to learn the bagpipes. But is there a bagpipe teacher around here? Well, actually there is. No, come on. And I was working at Beausoleil, and I mentioned it in the staff room. Yeah. And one of the librarian at the time, she said,
I know a man who can teach the bagpipes. And I went, oh, you're kidding me. And he's a maths teacher from Eglon.
Yeah.
George Logie. And he lives in Villars, or Grillon. And he teaches the bagpipes.
No way.
So off we went.
That's amazing.
Yep.
It amazes me how much stuff you can find around here.
Oh, there's loads of
someone
bagpipes.
doing something. Like I was looking the other day for I was like, I wouldn't mind taking up, like, just for general fitness, I wouldn't mind taking boxing up again.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if there's a boxing club around here. And of course there's like 5 or 6 of them. You think, wow, that's nuts. Like, we're in the mountains.
That is,
you know?
yeah.
Isn't that weird? And so, like, I've managed to find a guy. It's in Twatteron, weirdly.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm just going to head down there next Monday and just get going again.
Oh, wow.
But
I was going to show you a picture, actually, of, if I can find it, my son, because he's doing his military service.
Oh, yeah, okay. So for all those of listeners that you don't know, when you're a Swiss boy, the girls have the option to do it, do they?
Yes, they do.
They
It's
have the
optional.
option to do it, but they don't have to.
No.
And you have to do a certain amount of military service, so you can go in and do, I think it's 2 years.
You can do
solid, you can stage it.
You can do 1 year complete.
Yeah.
Or you can stage it.
Or you can pay your way out of it.
Or you have to pay quite a lot of tax.
Yeah. For quite a long time.
for the rest of your eternal.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the consequence is that you get to go and have this amazing time, like hanging out, driving tanks, and doing all sorts of stuff. And I don't know, it looks to me like great fun.
Well, he loves it.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves it. And he then went for sergeant.
Yeah.
So he's currently a sergeant, and he's now going back in March to officer school. So he's going to be an officer. Because
so he's going to carry on in the military?
Yeah, he just loves it. But this is that'll make you laugh.
No way.
That's him playing the bagpipes at the passing out parade for the recruits.
For the Swiss Army?
For the Swiss Army. In a kilt, playing the bagpipes.
So cool.
That's
like a real Swiss thing, you know. I'm curious of the bagpipes. Are they all generic, or do they use different? Because they have different cloths, don't they?
That's just whatever
like
you choose.
Something.
You can choose your own.
It's like a tailored suit. You can have a.
You can choose whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? What your kids do, what they're interested in. You know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately because my daughter, she's not into skiing at all. Like, she could leave it, wouldn't be an issue. Likes to skate, so I'm cool with that. Loves to swim. It's like me and my wife are just like, I don't swim unless it's like really warm. She's like in the pool like a fish, no problem. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, ballet and swimming. Where we've ended up. Right?
I have to say, because we taught the boys to swim because it's an essential skill. You've got to swim.
Yeah. Everyone has to swim.
And they went to swimming club and they did a bit of competition swimming, and I was really, really, really happy when they gave that one up.
Because it's all early morning.
Yeah, but you go to a swimming pool. It's not like a ski race where you.
It's a horrible environment.
Ski racing. You can give them to the coach. You go off and ski.
Yeah.
Swimming.
It's just you're just sitting there in the swimming pool.
You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything, and you just sit.
True.
And all you see is a head going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Is that my kid?
Yeah, and they're all wearing the same bonnet. Which lane was he in? I was actually really quite happy when they decided that swimming wasn't their sport.
No. I'm kind of hoping that swimming isn't going to be a thing, but you got to go where your kids kind of lead you, I suppose, in terms of their interests.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You don't want to be that parent's like, you must ski.
I think the only rule we had is no football. I know.
Is that real? Why is that?
Can't stand it. Absolutely loathe football. But that is simply because of the atmosphere and the just that whole mad fan behaviour.
Yeah.
I can't stand. But we love rugby.
Okay.
So it's
a different thing between football and
rugby. So we said no football to the boys, and they both played rugby. Okay. Alex still plays rugby when he has the time. For Monte. No, Monte. Okay. My husband coaches at Monte. I coached at Monte. I played rugby as well.
Okay.
But Robbie, the young one, he doesn't have time for rugby nowadays.
It's pretty intense.
And he can't take the risk.
Yeah.
Of getting injured playing rugby.
It does explain the I've seen him ski about. He's a pretty stocky guy.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like, built like a tank. Like one of the tanks he drives.
There's probably like a crossover there, like rugby and skiing. You know, you'd be used to just falling over, don't care.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably a lot of cross training to be done between rugby and skiing, I'd say.
More
so than football.
I think, I think there is, and I think I'm a little unpleasant about football, but I think that's ingrained from my childhood, and that whole football mentality in Scotland, and that the hooliganism, the foul behaviour, and then you even here, if you go to a kids' match, it can get quite intense.
Oh, it's horrible.
You don't see that in skiing. You don't see that as much in skiing. No. You do get the odd parent that gets a little bit tetchy, but we can keep the parents, well away from the kids. And
they're not coaching from the sidelines, right? Like you can't do that on a ski track. You can't do that
on a ski track. And with rugby, I was actually for a good number of years, I was head of children's rugby in the whole country, in Switzerland. And we restructured and we put in new rules. And one of them was trying to keep the parents away from the pitch. So having roped off areas, so there was like 3 to 5 meters between the sideline of the pitch and the parents. And that actually just
took the edge off.
Takes the edge off because they can't get. There were occasions where you'd have parents running on the pitch, and trying to encourage them. Look, these kids are 5, 6, 7 years old. So could you just leave them alone?
Yeah.
The fact that they're running the wrong way with the ball doesn't matter.
No.
Leave them alone. They're having fun. They're getting dirty.
There's nothing worse than seeing that kid that looks over to the sideline to ask, essentially ask their parent what to do.
Right?
Yeah, it's like it's not let them work it out themselves. They're better in the long run that way.
Yeah.
You learn more that way.
Yeah.
The decisions that you come to, it's a very well known psychological thing that if you come to the answer yourself or you work it out,
absolutely,
you retain that knowledge.
Yeah.
If you're just like you must do this, it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't work.
And that's it. We can go back to that with the ski coaching as well, because what we also our coaches do, which is really good, and which we try to get the kids to understand, is we try to not talk to them and teach them. Yeah. Because I think there's a big difference between teaching and coaching.
Sure.
We put situations in place, so you have different types of courses, different snow conditions. We'll even put the little stubby gates we can put in the powder. Yeah. Or in holes and in this, and then you have them short distances, further distances. So there's lots of variation. Yeah. Plumsky. Because they have got to work out the solution themselves. Yeah. It's brilliant. Because if you keep teaching them, they're just going to go in one ear out the other, and it's not.
It's one of my favourite things to do with if I manage to present enough to think about it. Is my kid asked me a question, and I say, "Well, what do you think?" Because it's not, and generally when you flip the question back on them, then they'll come up with the right answer. Right.
And you can guide them to the right answer as well. Alex sometimes asks me a question. Find out for yourself. Yeah. You've got Google.
Yeah. It's not like you're short of resources.
Not nowadays, no.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to be. You don't want to be that person who's like, when I was your age, I had to look it up in the encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
They were there, and that if you needed information, your parents weren't around. Yeah. That's where you went for it. Yeah.
Whereas now you just...
Now you've got a computer in your pocket.
Yep.
Supercomputer in your pocket.
A supercomputer in your pocket, and you just look it up. And,
I mean, it's incredible, but there was value in the old way of doing things.
Yeah, and you probably had more time, and then you could, because you had to look it up in a book.
Yeah.
I always said, when I was at university, we had to go to the library.
Yes.
And sit in the library, and we sat out there with books all over the place, looking up this and looking up that, and then taking notes and extracting information from here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas now everything's on the screen, and trying to get the kids, because they're both studying Open University.
Yeah.
You need to look up stuff. You can't and read lots of different texts. And you can't
as I understand it now, the teachers are having to run kids' work or students' work through AI filters.
Yeah.
Because essentially, the technology exists. I don't really know. I've only fiddled around the edges of like something like ChatGPT, but essentially, you can just get it to write your whole thing for you.
Yeah. I mean, I
don't know where you go with that, because you're not really doing it yourself.
I get ChatGPT to write stuff for me, because sometimes I have to write a speech. I'm very confident. It's like, right, do this, and then I'll go back through it.
Yeah.
It will, and then edit it and personalise it and put in the things I actually want to say.
Yeah.
But the majority, the meat of it has been done. I just give a few of the change the details, because sometimes, and it just saves time.
It does, but where does that lead?
Where does that lead? And I actually did a little bit of an experiment with it. As I can't remember which of them I had to do. Was proofreading some work for him, and because English is not his first language. Well, it is his first language, but it's not his first written language, because he went to school here.
It's a funny one, that, isn't it? 'Cause my daughter's got the same. So I think she lives in French. And she, who have I talked to about this recently? It was about ski instructor recruitment, because we've got a couple of people on the team who, face to face, you would think, it's a guy from Scotland or a guy from England.
Yeah.
But then when you hear them flip over into French, hang on, that's a Swiss guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, it's an impression of someone but you can't, they're not the same.
Yeah.
Culturally.
So when he writes, sometimes the sentences, that doesn't actually make sense in English.
Yeah.
Or he flipped the verb around or something, and you think, okay. So I got off and proofread, and there was a question that you had to answer. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put it through ChatGPT. It spat out an answer. I then wrote another answer to the question, which was not. It was ran it through I think it's called Turnitin.
Yeah.
It's plagiarism detector. Picked up my text was the one that was AI produced.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I was like, well, that's a bit bizarre, and it didn't pick up the other one at all.
So the AI is lying to the other AI and getting away with it. Come on,
okay, whatever.
What world is this? That's crazy.
That was a little bit crazy.
Okay.
And I thought, just forget it. But I think it's a useful tool.
Yeah.
To a point.
Yeah.
But in our industry, we can't use AI to teach people to ski.
No, and aren't we lucky? Because that tech, I think, has the potential to put millions of people out of work.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. Exactly this topic. I've had quite a lot of conversations with people about this. So there's two things to this. Is one, like the minute that ChatGPT becomes an app, which I think it already is, but the minute that app gets permission to open other apps and do stuff for me, that then is the evolution that puts my PA and other administrative people completely out of work. Because I'd be like, hey, ChatGPT, I've just had a brilliant conversation with Donna. I want you to take this and I want you to edit it so that it's got all the bits and pieces in it, and then I want you to write up the text using this app and then publish it. And in theory, if it could open apps and do that, then it could. Yeah. Right, that would save me loads of time, but in theory, it would also put people out of work.
Yeah.
If I was to also do that in my business, to do with like selling things to people, the administrative stuff in the background. But I think there is a value to having the slogan on your business, Snow Pro Ski School is an AI-free business. So everyone that you deal with
is a person.
Will be a real person. And I think people will buy into that in the future.
I think...
Even if it costs you more to do it.
I don't know. I don't know how people will react. You've got the self-scanning. Oh, it's not quite the same, but self-scanning pills.
Yeah.
Hated them to start with. Use them all the time now.
Yeah, I know. If there's a real person there, I do try and go to them.
Because sometimes it's just quicker.
Yeah.
But I remember being in Singapore and going to a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant, and apparently this is quite common in Japan, and Alex said he went to one, might have been in Montreux or somewhere, where you have a tablet on a table, and you order by tablet.
Yeah.
There's no...
I can't stand that.
No interface with a person.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I want to actually ask them, what exactly is this?
Yeah.
Especially when I was in a Japanese restaurant in Singapore and the menu was not in English.
Yeah.
It's like, I have no idea what I've just ordered.
Well, wasn't that
just going off the pictures.
You must have eaten at Glacier 3000 when we were there. So you went up to the self-service?
No, we didn't. We didn't eat.
You're like hardcore. You just picnic on the hill. Okay, well, I was swanning around in the But you go in there, they've got the same thing. So you sit at the table, scan your... Oh, it drives me bananas. Scan this QR code to get to the menu. You can order online, pay by twin. Like, you don't have to speak to anybody.
Oh, I really don't like that.
It's awful. It's awful. You know, no, I don't like it at all. I tried it, and I managed to get my coffee to arrive. But what happened was a coffee arrived, which was essentially a person brought me a token to put in the coffee machine that was open.
No.
Yeah. I was like, well, this isn't...
That's... No.
What is this? And so, and so there wasn't even like a real coffee machine. Anyway, this is... The point is I think the more and more this kind of tech takes over, the more and more people will crave to deal with real human beings.
I would hope so. I would really hope so. My only worry is that with the younger generation, they're going to be so used to this tech that they become more and more isolated.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, you can already see it happen.
You know, you can already see it happening.
How does that translate with the young? What do you do about like things like phone use and stuff with the young racers and team people?
Well, when they're with us, they're not allowed to be on their phones.
It's a phone-free zone.
It's a phone-free zone because.
When does that start? Or when you get out of the van?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so not even on the lift.
Sometimes it's in the van as well. It depends what they're up to.
Yeah.
It depends on the journey, because if it's a 5-hour journey going up to the Amityville, then you can't. You got to let them have some kind of, and that's for my peace of mind as well as a driver.
Sure.
Because if they get boisterous,
arguing with each other,
which they have done before.
Okay.
You know, sometimes, being a bad babysitter, sticking in front of the screen keeps them quiet.
Sure.
But no, generally we say no phones on the hill. No phones during training.
Yeah.
And if we're on camp or whatever, they have no phones.
Right.
They're allowed them for half an hour in the evening. They're allowed them if they have homework that they've got to do, and quite often they say, I need my phone for the homework.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Which is difficult to police.
Sure.
Because you're not 100% sure that this is really true. Do they really need their phones? And sadly, I think a lot of the time they do need their phones for homework. Nowadays, because that's the way it is. But generally, and they have no phones overnight. Yeah. You know, as soon as, we try to keep it very restricted. When we were in Wales, we had a really funny and a really interesting, it wasn't even an experiment, it was an accident. Yeah. In that we took the phones off them one night and forgot to give them back the next evening. Okay. Because we were all busy doing stuff and they were having fun. Yeah. They didn't ask for them. 3 days. Really? They went without phones. It's amazing. And we didn't give them back until we were actually leaving Manchester. I thought, oh, crikey. Before the phones were in a box. Yeah. Before because the minibus was going back by road, obviously, and we were flying back. And we thought, oh, we better give them the phones back, because all the phones were in the minibus. And you didn't have any parents contact you saying, oh, I haven't heard from my kid?
Oh, that's amazing.
No.
And then you notice something magical happens, right? Because they start talking to each other.
Yeah, and they were having fun. But the fact that they never asked.
It's great.
Now, either they were scared to ask.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they themselves forgot.
Yeah.
And didn't.
Great.
So,
brilliant.
And no, we didn't. The parents we've got are really, really good.
Yeah.
We've heard from other teams, other groups where the parents are always on the phone.
Yeah.
Our parents.
And just leave to it.
Leave us to it.
Okay.
Here's the child, off you go.
Yeah.
I think we've got into such a healthy atmosphere now with the kids and the parents here, that they have confidence that we're doing the best for our kids.
So let's talk about that. So we talk about tangents, talk about phones, AI. So you arrived here. You've been skiing all your life. How did you end up involved with Ski Valais? How did you end up there?
Well, basically, Alex, my elder son, he was in Ski Valais.
Yeah.
And I was president of Ski Club Toiton.
Okay.
For a period. And Ski Valais was going through a restructuring process. So Ski Valais started in 1933, if I'm correct.
And we should explain to the listeners who are all over the world, Ski Valais. Valais is one of the cantons in Switzerland, and it's one of the 26 cantons of Switzerland, and it is, so canton, county, call it what you want. And Ski Valais is essentially a collection of all the best racers from each of the ski clubs in the region.
Ski Valais is an association of all the ski clubs in Valais, of which there are around about 100 of them. Mm-hmm. So it's an association that is owned by the clubs, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's got a number of functions. As I say, it's been going since 1933, and it's gone through a number of different evolutions. But its main function was to encourage the youngsters to ski and have a healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Help to train athletes and racers in particular, but it also does Nordic skiing, biathlon, and freestyle. Okay. Yeah, so it's it's not just about alpine. Alpine is the biggest section. Yeah. But there are the other two sections as well, which are gaining in strength and numbers within Ski Valais.
I can imagine, especially for freestyle, right? I mean, that's big right now.
Yes and no. We'll touch on that in a minute. I'll just, so it was to develop the athletes in the alpine and freestyle Nordic. Yeah. Also to train future instructors and coaches, and ensure that there is a continuity to the workforce in skiing. Okay. Which is really important. And so it's gone through a number of evolutions over the years. Yeah. And restructuring process. So when Alex started in Ski Valais, there were 10 regional centres. Okay. So we have regional performance centres, which are they select the best athletes from each region into a small team, and they have a professional coach which leads that group.
And Valais is big as well, right? So it stretches all the way from here
all the way up to
Upper Valais, right?
Yeah,
It goes past Brigg, Zermatt, Saas-Fee, all of that.
Absolutely.
Keeps going. Yeah. All the way until almost like Andermatt. Yeah, yeah. It's a long way. Yeah. Okay.
But we don't
There's
have
a
anyone.
beautiful part of Switzerland. Goms over.
Goms is it's gorgeous. Absolutely.
If the end of the world's coming, go there.
Go there. Absolutely. So it's a huge area. And
Massive talent pool, I guess, as well.
Yeah. Well, there's 100 who've been selected to Ski Valais. There's 150 youngsters.
Okay.
Separated out. It was 10 centres. Then it got reduced down to 3. They had Upper Valley, Middle Valley, and Lower Valley.
Doesn't seem like enough.
No, it wasn't. And then what happened with his group was that we were decentralised. There was very little going on here. There only had 4 athletes here. And the main Bas Valais or Lower Valley training centre was in Verbier.
Yeah. Okay.
So they would go most of the time in training.
Backwards and forwards to verbs.
So they that was exhausting for them. Then there was another restructuration with Didier Plachy came in to head it up. It was Pirmin Zurbriggen was the head of Ski Valais. He was the director for a while. Then he resigned, and Didier Plachy, who's the next World Cup slalom skier, a character, absolute character, legend. You either love him or you hate him.
Okay.
He and another guy came in and restructured again, and we went back to 8 regional centres.
Okay.
Of which we went to meetings, and as one of the presidents of the ski clubs here, I would go to the meetings, and we basically said we want a centre.
Yeah.
Here.
So that's what this one is.
Yeah.
Which is
we are
Region du Midi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the Regional Performance Centre Dents du Midi.
Yeah. And then the next one along is what? Grand Saint Bernard.
Yeah. Verbier, Grand Saint Bernard. And then you go up to Erennanda, Anser-Cromontana, and so on and so forth.
Goes up the valley.
To Zermatt and Saspey.
Okay.
That's how we kind of got involved.
Yeah.
And then because I had my younger son, he was starting out, and I'm very much someone, I like to see things done properly for kids.
Sure. Yeah.
So we had a representative from each of the main ski clubs.
Yeah.
Created a committee and created the ski team with the regional performance centre, because the Ski Valais starts at under 14. Yeah. But we still got underneath that. So you've got the normal pyramid. Underneath the bottom rung is the ski clubs. Yeah. Of which we've got all the ski clubs in the area, but there are only 3 that really do competition skiing. Which will be Ski Club. There's Morgin, Valdilier, and Champery. Yeah. Toitron did, but they stopped. Okay. The main committee of Toitron lost interest in competition skiing. My kids were the last ones doing competition. We moved from Toitron to Morgin. Ski Club Toitron seems to be a sort of more of a generalist ski club these days. Yeah, they do a lot of ski loisirs. Yeah. Leisure skiing, fun skiing, introducing kids to skiing. They've actually picked up quite a lot of kids because of that. I mean, they're everywhere. Well, in fact, what happened with that, this is going off on a tangent again, was that the president of Ski Club Morgin and me, when I was president of Ski Club Toitron, we got together and went, there are not enough local kids skiing. Yeah. And we'd noticed that because we both worked for the ski school, and then the schools come up and they do a couple of days with the ski school. Yeah. And there were so many of these kids. They live 10 minutes from the mountains, for goodness sake. Some of them live in the village. Yeah. They cannot ski. Yeah. So we went to the commune and said, because Valdilier already do something similar, we went to the commune and spoke to the president of the commune and said, would the commune be interested in providing a bus on Wednesday afternoon? to bring kids up.
Yeah, great idea.
So the commune went, we'll do more than that.
Yeah.
So they've kind of taken it over, using Ski Club Toiton, using the two ski schools in Morges.
Yeah.
We went, so when Toiton, we'd have 35-ish kids skiing on a Wednesday afternoon through the club.
Yeah.
And since the commune put the bus on, it's 120 kids skiing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And that's the aim of the club, is to try and get kids skiing.
Yeah.
Local kids skiing.
Yeah. And then from there, you'll get the ones who are really interested in it, and then you're away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you have the clubs, and then above that, once they get to under 12, there's a bit of a dropout.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a dropout, and why is there a dropout? I think partially, and I don't want to be nasty about it, but I think it's a lot of the parents nowadays. Well, it's financial, because ski racing isn't
not a cheap sport.
Is not a cheap sport.
Yeah.
But it's also time heavy.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents nowadays don't want to, don't have the time, don't have the energy.
Yeah.
This morning, don't have the energy to get up Saturday morning, Sunday morning, early mornings, go to races. Because when you change from the Calais in the ski clubs, they have 4 races in the season. You go up the next level to under 12s, they have 8 races or more in the season.
In other places.
And it's
with early starts.
The club's races are just Bas Valais.
Yeah.
You go up to the next level, it's the whole of Valais.
Okay, so
you're up in Saas-Fee. The first races were up in Saas-Fee and Zermatt or wherever.
With a course inspection at God knows what time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's heavy work.
Yeah.
Then you've got the financial burden of, once they get to that level, they need 2 pairs of skis minimum.
Yeah. Protections, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Race suits, and it starts getting more and more expensive. Yes, there is a second-hand market, but once
it's how it is. But compared to, say, football, right? You need a pair of football boots, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get up to under 14, and it goes from 8 races in the season to 12 races or more, or 12 days of racing. And then you get to under 6, the under 16 group. Yeah. And they have 25 races in the year, so it could be 15 days or 20 days of races. Yeah. And at that stage, they need 4 pairs of skis. No, they'll need 5 pairs of skis. They need a pair of Super Gs, or 2 pairs of Super Gs, 2 pairs of GS, 2 pairs of slaloms, because they're starting to hit the top level.
They're in the secret school, so the pressure is really on. Yeah. If they're academic as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see time just slips away from you at that point.
Time starts to slip away. So at under 12, there's a bit of an actual dropout. So what happens there is there's not enough kids for the clubs to deal with. Yeah. So we grouped all the clubs together. Yeah. We could then get a professional coach in.
So that then becomes region Dents du Midi.
That's Ski Team Dents du Midi.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you've got the Ski Valais group, because at the end of under 12, they get selected into the Ski Valais group.
Okay.
And what we did was, what it used to be was that if you didn't get selected in the first year, you might have a chance at second year.
If you're a late developer.
If you missed that. Yeah. But basically, a lot of the parents said, well, if you're not selected under 12, then skiing stops. Yeah. Which I totally disagree with. Yeah. Completely and utterly disagree with. So we've said, it's open. Yeah. You can continue as long as you want. Yeah. And what then happened was that we get kids that are now selected in their last year under 16. Yeah. Because they are late developers.
Yeah, it happens.
Or they, at 14, they've gone from 4 foot nothing to 6 foot tall, and they don't know. They're more like spiders on meth than they are than they are action skiers because they have no idea where their feet are, where their hands are.
Especially if you grow suddenly, right? And because your sense of balance and all sorts of stuff is completely different.
Out the way.
You can go backwards a long way.
Yeah, they go backwards a long way. They, they stagnate or whatever. So we said, no, not having that.
Yeah.
We're keeping them. Why should the kid, if they want to, have to stop now? And that's actually then developed even further in that, because at under 16, once they finished under 16, which is junior racing, they then have to go to Fizz.
Yeah.
Now, what it used to be is that if you don't get selected to Brig, to NLZ, which is the national training group, that's it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Ski Valais have then put on a Fizz team.
Okay.
But that, again, is for late developers. So they've got their own Fizz group.
Yeah.
They select to that. You have to be Swiss.
Yeah.
So that actually puts out quite a few people.
Okay.
Because Brig only takes, you've got to be Swiss.
Yeah.
To go to Brig, to go to the national group. Which just makes perfect sense because it is supported by Swiss Ski. It's spoken by.
Yeah, sure.
So, but we have kids that are French, Portuguese, British, you name it.
It's a real mixed
Danish.
bag around here.
It's a real mixed bag. Yeah. So they can't go to Ski Valais Fizz. They can't go to Brig.
Yeah.
So even if they wanted to, or and had the ability to.
Yeah.
So we said, well, you don't have to stop.
Yeah.
You can keep going here. So we've now created our own Fizz team.
What, a region on the Midi?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, and we've had 5 last year, but 11 this year.
Wow.
But these are all kids that have finished, come to the end of, at under 16.
Yeah.
Because you can't do your ski instructor training until you're 18.
In the Swiss system?
In the Swiss system.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So, we've got to keep them skiing.
Yeah, yeah.
So we say
keep them engaged in the sport.
Keep them engaged, and we can actually start training them. And technically, they get better and better.
Yeah.
So when they do come to do their ski instructors training, it's easy.
Smash it.
They smash it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got that, and we keep them engaged. We start teaching them a little bit about training and coaching.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it, and we can give them little jobs to do here, there, and next.
It's amazing. Plus,
they keep racing. They do some Fizz races. Some of them are racing this weekend. And we keep the door open if they are non-Swiss.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
No, you don't.
We've got some really good little, they're not little, big boys.
Yeah.
Who are racing under the British flag.
Or whatever passport you've got, right?
Yeah. And some of them, again, either late developers or have had an injury issue and they've never really had the chance to make the cut.
Yeah.
And others school-wise because they're either at school in Villars or Lausanne or whatever, and or they're in an apprenticeship. Now, doing an apprenticeship in ski racing is really complicated.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Unless you find a friendly apprenticeship.
So, so it's a lighter program than they would be if they were in Ski Valais Fizz or at Brig. It's just...
But Brig, essentially, they're almost full-time athletes, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're doing a bit of school, but mainly you're in the gym or you're skiing. What happens, just an aside, what happens after NLZ, which is like regional Swiss selection? Like where do you go after
Swiss
that?
Ski.
Swiss Ski. Then you're in B team, A team.
C, B, A. Yeah. National team.
World Cup.
Yeah.
Or Europa Cup, World Cup, I guess. Wow.
And if you don't make it, then...
Yeah, you don't make it.
You don't make it.
yeah. But that's how the pyramid works.
That's how the pyramid works. Yeah.
Great. And it's great that there are options throughout the pyramid.
Yeah.
To allow for... Because that's the biggest issue that they always talk about in, let's just say football again, for example. They select so young.
Yeah.
And it does not account at all for the late developer. I mean, I was going to say to you earlier, one of the things that I do love about football, which I kind of miss I don't really miss the game anymore. I play it, but I don't coach, I don't watch anymore, really. And the thing I miss is about going to the game. So the way it used to be is you get up like Saturday morning, because all the games used to be 3:00 Saturday. They're not anymore. But it used to be, so you get up, like meet your mate, kind of a fry up, like go down the ground on the train. Yeah. For me, it'd be Arsenal. So we go down there, get off Finchley Park, walk to the ground. And it was great. It was about the atmosphere. It was about going down there with your mates. That was what it was all about. I go to the ice hockey in Lausanne now. I get the same buzz. I just take myself down there and I get the same vibe of walking down to the game. And then you come up through the stadium and you see the pitch or the ice and you're like, yeah, this is great. But what you don't do, so back in the old days, one of Arsenal's most prolific strikers ever was a guy called Ian Wright. Mm-hmm. He's still famous now. Yeah. But he was picked up in amateur football when he was 23 years old. So he kind of missed the whole of the bottom of the pyramid because he wasn't scouted, because he was too small or not quick enough or whatever. There's loads of people like that don't develop until they're later on. No. It's really important that there is a structure to catch these people, or at least keep them within skiing. Yeah. I know so many people have dropped out of skiing at age 16, so sick of it, or it was,
if you're sick of it, you're sick of it.
But I know someone who dropped out of skiing. Someone in Morges dropped out of skiing because you missed the fist cut off by 1 point. You're like, just see a ski, and you're just like, you could, if there was another pathway, you could have been still in the system. At 1 point is. I know you've got to draw the line somewhere. Otherwise, the pyramid doesn't work. Yeah. But that could be just pure luck, right? That 1 point, you're in the wrong place, wrong time.
The group, my younger son, he missed the cut to the C team, the Swiss C team, by one race because he didn't finish. The group of under 18s, they take two to the C team. Yeah. And the group that was there this year, normally there's a couple of outstanding athletes. But this year there was like 6, all within a few hundred points of each other. And it all came down to the last race. Right. Which was a slalom, and slalom's brutal. You either do it. Yeah. And he was in the first run and DNF the second run, so that was it. Mm-hmm. No points. Yeah. So
that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. But he did the Youth Olympics. He's double champion. Yeah. All the rest of it. So.
But there's still a pathway for him to stay in.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because he's got time yet. Yeah. If don't make it the first year, they've got the next year. You've got the next year. You've got a bit of time to catch up. Yeah. It's not an instant. Oh yeah, off you go. No. Because that pathway continues. It's just
maybe once upon a time it was like that.
I think once upon a time it potentially was like that. Yeah. Whereas now there's a lot more kind of leeway and a lot more kind of fluidity to give them the chance. For those who maybe missed out for injury reasons, whatever. And I think they've learned, and I think maybe that's why they're the best nation at the moment. Yeah. And I think there's other nations that could potentially learn from it. The Austrians need to have a look at their system.
They relied on Hirscher for so long.
Yeah, but I think also, the articles coming out of Austria recently, they've been talking about, and it's not dissimilar to here, in that a lot of the locals don't ski.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Most of when we started the group here, most of them were hors canton, we're from Lausanne, Geneva, Vaud region. Whereas now the balance has shifted. We do have a few more local kids, but it's still not a clear-cut thing. And Austria have been saying the same thing, that because as far as they're concerned, it's the rich people from the plain that can actually pay for, the local farmers, the local restaurant owners, the locals in the villages. Yeah, they can't afford it. It is such an expensive sport.
It's interesting.
So, and the other thing that we try really hard is look for sponsors and try and keep the costs as low as possible.
Yeah.
But still maintain a professional structure.
Interesting.
Because we've got to pay 2 full-time coaches.
Well, that was what I was going to ask. Like, what is the coaching setup? Because obviously those guys aren't cheap. Like, and they work hard. Right? I see them like driving around all the time. But at what level? So within, I'm going to come back to you in a minute on why locals don't ski. I've got a story for you. But the coaching setup. So within the club, right? So if I've got the pyramid right, eventually I'm going to get to my point instead of just stalling. You've got the club set up, and the club coaches are essentially guys from the local ski school. Then the next level, Region Dents du Midi, for example, here, that has full-time coaches attached to it.
We have 2 full-time coaches. One is a Ski Valais coach, so employed by Ski Valais.
But he also does Region Dents du Midi work. Well.
No, he does Ski Valais group.
Yeah.
But we have the Ski Team Dents du Midi coach, who we have as a ski team. So it's 1 structure, 2 sections.
Yeah.
Ski team has 2 sections in it, and when we got Ski Valais, the Ski Valais coach deals with Ski Valais.
He only does Ski Valais.
And we have the Ski Team Dents du Midi coach, who's full time plus 150% coach who does the winter. Does all the winter work. Because we have more kids coming in the winter than come through the summer as well. Okay. So
I've heard some very, very positive stuff. My neighbour, who, well, you know this, is Thibault.
Yeah.
And his dad was raving about the quality of the coach that he's had for the last year or 2. It was either him or his older brother, Contact. Yeah. He said when they changed the coach, I don't know the guy's name. French guy, I think. Yeah. He said he's just magical. He was really good.
Absolutely. And well, he's now stopped.
Right.
He's got a young family. He comes from Léger. Actually lives in Saint-Jean-d'Eau now.
Yeah.
Has opened a restaurant in Léger.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But he's got a young family, and it's a lot of travel. It's a lot of work. It's like, you're away quite a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But the guy who was ski team coach, he's now gone to Ski Valais.
Okay.
And we've got another coach, French again, who has come in as the ski team coach. And Alex, my elder son, he is the 50% coach.
Okay.
So he's now gone through, finished Ski Valais, started his training, and he's now gone through. He's now qualified as a regional coach, and will now start alongside his army stuff. The professional Swiss ski professional coaches.
Okay. And then above that, so Ski Valais's got its own coach in each region, and then above that, once they go then to after that, it's like regional Swiss Ski Centre, right? NLZ.
Yeah, NLZ.
And then they've got a whole team.
That's a separate structure altogether. They take kids from the Giron Jurassien, so the Jura kids, and the Vaudois, and so they take the best of the best.
Yeah.
You have to be winning at national level.
Yeah.
To go to Brig.
Okay.
To the national training group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that costs money as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's not cheap.
No.
I'm speaking to my neighbour about that, and it's like it's a pretty serious commitment.
Yep.
To send a kid to Brig to the region.
Well, because you've got the two parts to it. You've got just the skiing side, plus you've got the school side.
Yeah.
Now
it's essentially like a private school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's heavily subsidised.
Yeah.
So I think that it's about 11,000 francs for the academic side.
Yeah.
And the boarding, because the actual academic side is free.
Yeah.
It's the boarding costs about 11,000 because it's a state school.
Yeah.
So it's compared to private school.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad at all. Our son is not at the school. Yeah. He just does the skiing side because he's doing Open University.
Yeah. So you don't pay for the academic. Yeah.
We don't pay for the academics, but that wasn't the main reasoning for that was that he hates school. He's not. He's really good at what he likes.
Yeah.
But don't make him do things that he doesn't like. Yeah. And with the Swiss system, it doesn't work.
No,
because you get graded right across the board, and if you fail in religion, it will still bring your whole grade point average down.
Yeah.
And don't talk to him about religion. Don't talk to him about some of the stuff. Whereas he's really good at things like maths. He's good at French. He was and history, but
with the coaches that are within the system, I'm guessing they're qualified as coaches rather than ski instructors. So we're in a different domain, right?
Well, it depends because the French, we've got French coaches because it's really difficult to find Swiss coaches.
Because everyone's earning too much, doesn't want to be a ski coach.
That's one of the potential reasons.
Yeah.
There's less value given to being a ski coach.
Yeah.
It's not valued at school as a pathway, whereas in France it is.
Yeah.
The French, to be a ski coach, you have to be a ski instructor. You're associated to.
So you go and do the full brevet.
You've got and depending on your FIS points level, you've got different pathways. You don't have to do the Euro test. You don't have to do this, that, and the next thing. Sure. You do have to do the avalanche safety and all that kind of stuff. But you qualify as a ski instructor.
Yeah.
And a ski coach.
And then you have your specializations. Yeah.
Whereas here, you've got the two separate pathways, essentially.
Yeah.
You've got the Jeunesse et Sport pathway, which dovetails to a certain point with Swiss Snow Sports.
Yeah.
Swiss Snow Sports is what I would say the commercial arm.
Yeah.
It's ski instructing.
Yeah.
Whereas Jeunesse et Sport is the club coaching.
Yeah.
And it goes up to Swiss ski pathway that way, because it concentrates more on the coaching side.
Yeah, it's about a club, and it's like you have a Jeunesse sport for all sports, don't you, essentially? So you do football, rugby, and all that stuff. Yeah.
And then once you get to the top level of Jeunesse sport, you can go up into the professional coaching pathway.
Yeah.
But it's about coaching and not teaching.
Yeah.
And there is a big difference between the two. They can cross over because sometimes you do have to teach kids. Yeah. But once they start racing, it's much more about coaching.
Yeah.
And what the coach would say, mise en situation.
Yeah.
Putting in the constraint-led courses to, test and push and teach the kids, almost teach themselves. They have, as we said before, they have to learn.
Situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we've talked about the dropout rate. The dropout rate of kids, is that built in to the pyramid? Like, you have an expectation that a certain number of kids will drop out. But the reason I asked that is because you created these extra two structures to keep kids in, or young people in at that age.
Yeah, because they weren't dropping out.
Yeah.
Because they weren't dropping out, and they wanted to.
But it's because not enough were climbing the pyramid, essentially.
No.
Is this from an overall, Swiss ski perspective?
No, this is our perspective.
So you just want to keep kids in the sport?
Yes. Well, they want to stay in the sport. Because there's at under 12, I think, there's a natural kind of drop-off.
Yeah.
Because, as we said before, there's expense and time and all the rest of it.
So it's expense and time?
At that
or
age.
Is it like kids hitting kind of puberty and just
no, because there's very few that drop out at puberty.
Okay.
What we found is that actually most of our kids stay.
Okay.
Whether it's because we're doing it right, because they're having fun, they're making friends, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But most of our kids will stay on, which is why our FIS group is growing and growing and growing.
Sure.
Because they don't want to stop.
It's great.
Because they see a value in it.
Yeah.
They get something from it. There are one or two that will drop out because of education at that stage, maybe, on time.
Yeah.
But the majority will keep going.
Okay.
And I think, and which is why we've had to expand our structure.
Yeah.
Because they're not dropping it.
Great.
And which is good for us. I think it's good for the region. I think it's good for future ski instructors. Because these guys, if that's what they want to do, ski instructors or coaches or whatever.
Well, certainly for that period until, not everyone wants to ski for their whole life, right? But certainly until such time as, maybe they're going through university or they're still working through their CFC or whatever it is, like, if you're a decent skier and you have a qualification, you can build that in somehow to your program.
Yep.
They get the kids ZA or whatever. Then why not? Right? I have it and earn some money in the holidays.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Absolutely.
I'm crying out for people like that. And I can't, if you've got anyone that's sort of, bilingual and qualified, send them my way. Absolutely. I'm looking, desperate for people like that. All the ski schools are. Yeah. Because, well, certainly Anglophone ski schools. Yeah. Because we can't find enough people with the right passport. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Also, decent skiers, presentable skiers. Yeah. Because that's the other one. It's like you've got to look like a ski instructor. Skiing around.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the things that I make very clear to my guys. It's like, you're never off. If you've got this jacket on, you ski well.
You're on.
There's no cruising about.
No.
You got to look good. It's really important. Yeah. Because you're a mobile advert, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's nice when you get kids that have skied even at Ski Valais level, their level of performance is just really high.
Really high. It is really high.
You could equate Ski Valais level probably of skiing to at least level 3 British ISIA stamp level. Yep. No problem. Yep. You could put a jacket on. That you could. Yep. Someone who's skied Ski Valais, you'd be like, put a jacket on them. Don't even need to think about it. Don't even need to see you ski. Yeah. I've done that before. Like, we've had a couple of guys who came through for there, and the skiing's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And that's just years and years and years of repetition of movement. Yeah. Perfectioning of movement.
Yeah, but also, to get into Ski Valais, the selection process is race performance. Yeah. But there's also a technical test.
Okay.
So it's not just, and they have, and each year it changes, so it might have a different thing added in or a few exercises added in. It's things like doing the Norwegian, doing Suédois, the different forms, turn forms. It could be skiing on one ski, it could be skiing off piste. Yeah. And they're given notes, they're given grades on that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So then when they go through the Swiss Snow Sports instructor test, they just ace it because they've seen them all before.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really great. Amazing.
So they've seen it all before, they've done it all before, and they've done it for over 4 years because they have to do it every year.
Yeah.
They get and what they want to see is that under 12 they can do this.
Yeah.
At under 16 they're hitting the top grades
for sure.
At whatever.
Well, also there's another pathway for you, isn't there? Because if you look at something like the Swiss instructor demo team or the educator pool, they're all ex-racers, like they're really decent. And they can do everything. And there is genuinely certainly within Switzerland, there is the prospect, you're not going to be earning 6 figures, but there is a prospect of having a year-round job as an educator within Swiss Snow Sports. There are guys that kind of make it work annually.
Some of them can. They'll be earning decent money.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
If it's your passion, if it's what you enjoy doing, it's better doing that than sitting in an office doing something you don't want to do.
I hear that. We've all done that, right?
Yeah. So, but I think a lot of people put their kids in. My kids, Alex wanted to race. He saw Ski Club Marchand with their yellow jackets. To join in that. But I wanted them to do the race club, because it's a really good way of learning to ski safely.
Yeah.
Within a group, making friends, but they learn to ski. They're not these kids sort of going down in a straight line. These guys can ski.
Yeah, they're really, you
know.
You see them zooming around.
Yeah.
My favourite, I think the Swiss have started to adopt it, but you see it every now and then. You see the kids from like Ski Club, Morzine or Leger, and often they'll be doing a tour.
Yeah.
And they just rip. There's no they're not sitting there going down one by one.
No.
It's like the coach is skiing flat out. And you've got a line of like 8 skiers behind him, who are all immaculate skiers, and they're just razzing about the sleigh. Yeah. It's like, wow, how cool would that be? You know, it's like training.
Yeah.
We're going on a bit of a tour today, boys, and we're just gonna send it all day. Brilliant.
Well, we do the clubs at the club level. They definitely do that.
Yeah, I've seen them do it.
You know,
more so in recent years.
Yeah.
Just skiing for the sake of.
Well, it's important because doing red, blue can be a bit tedious.
Yeah.
And it's not as much. It's not fun. But they've got to be able to ski all terrains.
Yeah.
They've got to be able to ski in the trees. They've got to be able to ski. Maybe not so much. I'm not allowed to so much in Morges anymore. But you know, my kids were in and out of those trees.
God, what a way to learn!
What a way to learn! But I mean, what nightmare as an adult. You're ducking, even for me, I'm not very tall, you know, ducking under some of those branches, and they're just going,
it's true.
And they have these little skis, and you get stuck.
Yeah. But they know all the little routes as well.
Yeah.
Or they get to know them.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But that's what they need to be doing, not just going in and out of gates. And one of the big issues that we have at ski club level, but even with some of the older kids, is training's finished, off home.
Yeah.
And it's no. Yeah. Training's finished, go ski with your mates.
Yeah.
You know, the big ones. And Robbie, he used to ski sometimes with Quentin, and some of the other guys of his year group.
Yeah.
They used to take shovels and go build jumps. And learn to, you know, they'd be doing backflips, and I'd be at the restaurant going, oh my God.
It's true, right?
Yeah. But you've got to let them do it, because that's how they become good skiers as well. Yeah, the gate work is fantastic. But the free skiing is, you know, that's where they can also make huge.
That's where you learn, right? Well, I think it's a commonly rolled out thing of modern life with children, is that they go from like one structured practice, and we're guilty of this as well. Like you go from one structured practice to another, and there's no just general dicking about. You know, like
because structured practice is really good.
Yeah,
because you can work on certain things.
Yeah,
but free practice.
Yeah,
is where you express your creativity, you know, and push the boundaries a little bit, and go with your friends.
What I said I'd come back to this, but this is a sort of an example. So in my daughter's year group, there are hardly any kids in the Val d'Illier Ski Club. There's 2 or something like that. It's a real shame. That entire year group is just not interested for whatever reason. And one of the reasons my daughter is not interested is because the feeder thing below, which in Val d'Illier is called Ski Cool or whatever it is, she saw one of her mates in Ski Cool, which was basically a bunch of kids in a massive group snowploughing behind an incompetent teacher. I was there, like we skied past it, and she was like, oh, there's my mate. But she's stuck at the back of this thing, and there's like 2 kids on the floor, one crying. It just didn't look like fun. So when I said to her, oh, we could join this thing, she's just like, no, not interested. If it's like that, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
She'd rather go just, you know, skiing with me. And it's very important, I think, for those feeders, be it Ski Club Tartarin, Ski Club, or Ski Cool, or whatever it is, and the other one, Chompery. It's like that you put quality coaches at the bottom of the pyramid in order to suck people in to how cool it, how good it is, right?
Yeah.
You can't put and I think this was the big issue with that particular group. You put, maybe it's high season or something, but you got an inexperienced, bad ski teacher on it, and you put kids off for life. Mm-hmm. And then that whole year group's got no one. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to racing at that age group, it'd be like, Ski Club Valais, we've got no one. Yeah. No one in this age group. It's bad.
Yeah.
And I think in the same way that when we're giving out beginner lessons, we don't really have anyone in our ski school who's not very well qualified, but the tendency is like to say, you got to put, you got to learn your hard yards. But actually, there's an argument to say that some of your best coaches should be with the beginners. Yeah. That's where you should put them, because you have the chance to suck them in and get them in for life.
Yeah.
And
I think I agree with you. I mean, when my kids were learning in Ski Club Morja, although we were Ski Club Tatron, we trained with Morja.
Yeah.
They had Patrick Gaspone.
Oh yeah.
As a coach, and then Robbie had Seb.
Seb. Seb. Wow. Yeah.
Who was what? But these guys, Patrick is an inspiration. They said, don't have to do anything else, just follow him.
Yeah.
Be the first one behind him.
Yeah.
And just copy what he does.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Because he's a beautiful. Sometimes you watch him ski and it brings tears to your eyes because he's so good.
Do you know? I've been saying this to you. You'll be well aware of the phenomenon of like the Instagram skier and stuff.
Yeah.
Like ski instructors who relentlessly promote themselves. And I look at those sometimes and I think I know 4 skiers in Morjan who are not on social media, who are like light years ahead of you guys. I look at a guy like, I love to watch the generation, when I see him on the mountain when he was teaching, Fred Sieg, just free skiing, just a magician.
Yeah.
Like his mate Chris.
And Chris.
And
Robbie had Chris as
Valentin,
well.
And you're just like...
They're beautiful skiers.
Incredible skiers. They could do things that just, you can't believe.
Yeah.
And they're just local guys, just doing
what they
do.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
Miles ahead of some of the stuff you see on social media. It's like, okay. Yeah. And that's in every village.
Yeah.
In the mountains, it's just not the same focus on like social media presence and stuff.
Well, they're not trying to sell themselves. They don't need to.
No, I don't need to.
Well, Fred and Chris go off in a different...
Yeah, they've gone off in a different direction. But
and Valentine for that matter. But as free skiers, they're amazing. But and you're quite right in that inspires them.
Yes.
And you get somebody who's as much fun to ski behind. And so there is an argument, indeed, for having a good instructor for the lower ranks.
Yeah.
The youngest kids, to inspire them and have fun.
Yeah.
And encourage them into...
Yeah, because once you've got them in, it's easier to get them in than it is to get, tease them in later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's incredibly important.
Yeah.
In ski, I'm curious to know, you were talking earlier about dry slope, like ski setup and all that sort of stuff. Now you've got, within like Ski Valais or Region Dents du Midi, when you've got kids going through, as kids grow, they change weight, they change the ratios between ankles, knees, how much do you focus on equipment going through the levels? Because that can be the difference between having a bad season and a good season, if you're in a decent set of boots or not.
Well, we do try and encourage them to get the best fits as possible. We go for softer boot.
Yeah.
And try and a longer-ish ski. If the boot's too stiff,
you don't want to overboot kids.
And parents do. They will think, "Oh, I need to get a reason," but no.
Well, my kids are a 130. No, hang on.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't work like that.
Doesn't quite work like that.
Yeah.
But we do try very much to encourage people to get the best equipment.
So do you look into that, or do you leave it to...
we leave it to the parents, but we will give advice.
Okay.
Because some of them have they've got contacts with shops. They either go to Stockley or they go to Startgate or whatever. And we do try and, advise them as best we can.
Yeah.
And we do look, I think the coaches will look at the ski setup, because some skis, even for kids, are stiffer and heavier than others. So then actually, you're over skied with that. You might like a slightly softer ski because you weigh 30 kilos, whereas a kid same age but weighs 50 kilos. You could put and has got the muscle mass to push a harder ski. So we will potentially advise parents, and sometimes we will even force it. Right, I'm getting a pair of skis. You're going to try them and see what was, and then there might be a revelation. Go, oh, actually,
because you can make a huge difference.
Boots is much more difficult because you can't just change a kid's boot, but you can advise. You can certainly advise that boot's not quite right.
No, I've done that plenty of times because it's one of the first things I look at. Certainly with kids, you often find them in the wrong shape boot, the wrong cuff angle. It's too stiff. The kid can't do anything for the entire season.
But I think it's slightly different when you've got beginners and they come up, or But what we do is we do a parents' evening. Right, these boots, your 2-clip. This is even for the little kids at Calais level. At the ski club level. You're not to come with a 2-clip boot or adjustable.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that, because that really doesn't work. So you come with these boots, and we will look. And generally, we advise them, certainly as in ski club level, to hire them. Because they can always change them.
Your feet
don't go and buy a pair of boots, because what they'll do with kids is they'll have them too big because they're expensive. They're going to grow into them, and then they're flopping around.
Oh my god! Yeah,
that doesn't work.
No.
So we do try and say, hire the boots. You can buy skis if you want, but hire the boots. To start with, certainly at that level. Once they get into under 12s and into Ski Valais and whatever, then it's buy. And you have to just bite it and go with it. But
you can always sell them on. There's always a market for those skis that you see people selling skis on. All the time.
You see, skis can sell, boots are much more difficult.
For sure.
The
reason I say it is when I was touring about on the glacier the other day, I took a pair of skis because I just grabbed one out of the thing. Not a ski I particularly like, but I've recently changed my boot. It's fairly aggressive in the cuff. It's sort of quite a forward lean boot. But I'd forgotten to put my usual riser under the toe piece of the ski. So I was like all the time, just like so far forward. It's like, this would, it doesn't really work here on the glacier for sure, but in general, this doesn't really work for me. You end up in a weird place. And so I was, I got home and I kind of changed it all around, and like the next day, it's like, it's just revelation. It's much more comfortable, and now my body is able to move properly. I was just curious to know how much detail coaches go into with that kind of stuff. We
maybe at last year under 16s, because they're beginning to get to that maturity level. But before that, they might have a race plate on. Well, they will have a race plate on, but we very rarely will be going into.
You're not tinkering around with risers and all that sort of stuff. You're just like, the ski is the ski. But I imagine then once it goes up above 16, then you start to get the benefit out of those finer
differences. My son's got 20 pairs of skis downstairs. And I don't know how many pairs of boots, and he's constantly chopping, changing, adjusting, and doing different edge angles. And things like that. Right. But that's a different level. That's a completely different level.
The kids learn to tune their own skis as they go through the process. What age do you start to do that?
We start teaching them as soon as they come in under 12.
Okay.
And we start teaching them. We also do parents' evenings where we teach the parents how to tune and wax skis, and how to prepare the skis, particularly the edging.
Yeah.
And then by the time they're under 16, they should be all pretty much doing their own skis.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Unlike in France, where the coaches do all the work.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. The coaches do all the tuning in France, and they have a pool of skis.
Yeah.
And each of the kids, they don't have their own skis. They can't. The coaches will give them skis, and the coaches. Yeah.
What's the thinking behind that?
No idea. Absolutely no idea.
Okay.
Not understood it whatsoever.
Really, fair enough. It might be one of those things. It's like it's always been this way, and that's why we do it.
Yeah, entirely possible. So
doesn't make you very autonomous, though, does it?
No, but that's something that we've noticed. And kids that come in from the French system to our system, they go, huh? And even the coaches. Yeah. We have coaches that turn up and they want to do the kids' skis. I'll tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
So my son Robbie was at a race in Wildhaus.
Oh, I've been to Wildhaus. I've skied Wildhaus. There's a niche place.
That's a special place.
That's a wild place, yeah.
And it was
for those who don't know, listener, that's near Liechtenstein. It's right the other side of Switzerland, and it is
a cow field.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
It's in the region Toggenburg, isn't it?
Yeah.
They do nice biscuits.
Oh, do they?
Nice biscuits and cheese.
Anyway, he was up to. It was a national race.
Wildhaus?
Yeah. There was a slalom.
It's not steep enough.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
They come down through the trees.
Yeah.
Because it's a really
you come down essentially to the car park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. But it was a national slalom race. And our coaches, Fabian wasn't there. Yeah. He went with another French coach who worked for Ski Valais. And Robbie had done his skis. Yeah. And Johan, he spoke to Fabian saying, I've got to do Robbie's skis. His edges aren't, because being French, he had to do the skis. Yeah. And Fabian said, don't touch your skis. He's been on those, he does his skis, leave his skis. He won the race. Johan's like, and I won't touch his skis. So, they learn how to do the skis. They get the feel for the skis themselves. They know what they like. They get to learn the setup that they like.
Well, that's the thing, because that's what you do get to learn to know. So when a ski comes back, I'm pretty lazy these days. I just send them to the shop and then whatever. But when they come back from the shop, they're too, for the angles that I asked them to put on it, they're way too grabby on the turning for what I like. So I always take a look. I've got a stone in my pocket. And I always take the top, maybe 10 centimetres and just deburr the top and the tail. And that, for me, that then gives me the tune that I want. Yeah,
because that's not going to be so grabby.
Yeah, I don't want it grabby on the way in, because that ski that I was skiing, it's way too turny anyway. Like I don't like it, actually. It's a, listener for the benefit, it's a head E-Race, whatever it was, 175. It's just, all it wants to do is turn. It doesn't want to do anything that's like finesse, which is how I kind of like to ski. I like to feel the snow. But this ski, all it wants to do. And so I have to really take the edge off the top bit, the front, just to be kind of like, can you just calm down a little bit on the way in? Like, I don't want to do what you're trying to get me to do. Especially when you combine it with that boot, which is the Lang RS. Like, that is such a powerful boot. It's so precise. So all you've really got to do is start to roll your ankles over, and it just goes. Yeah. And so you're like, oh no, I don't really want to turn that fast. I don't really want to be like, I just don't want to do that anymore, right? And it was super interesting. So I showed up on these skis, like no riser, brand new shop, and I'm having a terrible time.
I'm not having a good day. I want to go
way
home.
Too turny. Yeah. On that snow up there as well, because it was a nice nick.
Yeah.
Last weekend, wasn't it?
It was really nice.
Grippy. All the kids I spoke to were like, "Yeah, this is great." Yeah. Nice snow.
Yeah. Which is great. Great way to start.
No, but it's important. The point I think is that you've got to know what you want out of a ski tune.
Yeah.
That suits your style.
Yeah.
You don't want anything, and then Then you go to a race and you're like, yeah, okay, right, I know what I need here.
Yeah. Well, he's gone off with 4 pairs because it's in Diavoletto. injected. It's super steep. It's it's a
mega edge angle.
Yeah. But it'll go back. I think next week they're in Zinal, and then they've got a race in Davos. So everything changes, and you'll have a different setup for different snow and different. Yeah. I mean, I don't pay any attention to it.
No, but I'd love to get into that actually one day with someone who knows, because that would be an amazing conversation. To get that deep and technical.
Yeah.
That's not often what this podcast's about. This is more like a personality thing. But I'd love to get into that with someone. But, that would be cool. How do you? We're nearly at the end of the chat about Ski Valais, but in fact now we're going to go into the section that I think is quite interesting. But it's like, what's the talent identification process? How do you know who's good and who's not, or don't you care?
Okay.
So for you, it's about numbers.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's not about numbers. It's about kids having fun.
Okay. And that's like the written down focus, like that's
what I want.
Okay.
Talent identification through Ski Valais is, as we said before, they select on race performance, technical test, and fitness test.
Oh, right.
Okay. So you get good scores on that across the board on that, and then you go into the Ski Valais section. For us, but as I said previously, we've had kids who don't hit the markers at under 12,
sure,
but do at under 16, because of late development, either physical or technical. Some of the kids come out of the clubs and they're not very good.
Yeah.
You have to give them time.
Yeah.
And to catch up.
Yeah.
And I think we do a pretty good job of that. And I don't believe in talent.
Ah, well, good. You've just jumped into the next bubble. So let's do that.
Talent,
you don't think it's a thing?
I don't think it's a thing. As a human, we weren't born to ski. We were born to walk. Yeah. We've evolved to walk. We have not evolved to ski. We haven't evolved to slide about.
Okay. I think we might be on opposite sides of this coin, which is unusual. But we can learn. Yes. And all of that's to do about balance and all the rest of it. But through some people have abilities, and some people have physical attributes that will lean them one way or another, which will make them better skiers or make them better athletes in some form or other. Is that not what we would call That is talent? What people would call talent, but it's not... Nature. Yes, that is nature, but it's not a talent. It's not a talent to be able to ski. What you have a talent at, potentially, is an attribute which will help you be better at certain things. Yes, agree. Okay? Uh-huh. So, I'm a sports scientist, so, Are you saying I'm right? No, I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm saying that, hard work will always trump talent. Yeah. Okay. And we instill that. Yeah. If you've got some of these kids have no natural ability when they start. Yeah. But if you work hard enough at it, they can improve that, ability. They can, and especially if they've grown from 4 foot to 6 foot in a year. Yeah. They've lost any ability whatsoever or talent that they might have had. Yeah. So they've got to catch up. So for me, it's all about hard work. Interesting. And repetitive, repeating quality movements, and getting that to repeat and move and to just be ingrained. The hardest thing to do is to break a bad habit. Well, tell me about it. Because that bad habit has been ingrained in you, you have to then break it and create new habits. Yeah. And we got one kid who, we talked about that with her, she got to the bottom of the course. We thought she'd skied really well.
Wow, she made a really big jump forward there.
Yeah.
And she got, that was horrible. The reason she thought it was horrible was because she was pushing out of her comfort zone, out of her bad habit, and trying to do what we'd asked her to do, or was trying to get her to do.
Yeah.
And it was like, ooh, this feels a bit weird.
It's tough, that, isn't it?
It's tough.
I know that's what it's supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like some of the, we try and get them to, one of the things that they have to learn to do is accept speed. And then when they go up a side of ski or go up from under 16 to Fizz, the gates are set differently, the courses are set differently, speeds go up, and they're like, whoa!
That's exactly what I'm feeling like these days. It's way too fast. I don't want to go this fast anymore.
Yeah. So they're like, they've then got to get comfortable in that.
Yeah.
At that next level.
Yeah.
And then push to the next, and then to the next.
So that's a gradual process with you guys, actually, is to you gradually just push the margin on a little bit each time. Yeah.
And I think what I like to see with all sports is you've got to prepare them for the next step. Rather than seeing them winning at under 12, okay, take them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, go and race an under 14 race.
Go and ski along the ski. Get ready for that next step. Because by the time they're under 16, the last year under 16, they need to be ready to go to Fizz.
Yeah.
You cannot wait at under 16 level and then take them to Fizz and start them on the next level of ski.
Because Fizz is ultra competitive as well.
It's ultra competitive. It's really tough, and you start again right at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you need to be ready for that, so that you can make that jump.
Interesting.
Because just because you're winning at under 16 on a short pair of skis doesn't actually help you for the next step.
But that's a tough balance to strike, isn't it? Because how far do you move it on each time?
We're talking literal increments. We have it so that by the end of under 16, the slalom skiing should be on Fizz
spec.
Yeah. So that's our opinion. If they have the physical, if they're still tiny, then it's a little bit more difficult because the Fizz spec skis are stiffer and harder, and
especially GS ski. I mean, it's horrific.
But the GS, we don't put them on a Fizz GS.
Right.
We put them because they're not allowed to race on a Fizz GS, but they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The junior GSs are up to 1/8, maximum 188.
Yeah.
And that's quite sufficient.
Is the Fizz GS still 195/35?
193. But actually, some of the guys are skiing longer in Fizz now.
Oh yeah.
Apparently so.
Why? Faster, I suppose.
Faster, more stable. But
I've got one in the garage. I don't know why, but I've got one to mount it up as a telemark ski, just for a laugh. And I just look at it and just like, this is horrific looking. Without the plate on it, it might bend nicely.
Yeah, but once you put a plate,
awful.
Yeah,
I think I skied it briefly, just for a laugh, and you end up as an amateur, you end up having to ski it as if it was an old school long straight ski. You have to do a lot of vertical to get it to start to turn. Oh yeah, it's a horrible thing.
Yeah,
really fast as well. Like you can't use it anywhere.
No, and they're really stiff and they're really tough to ski. The slalom skis, however, you can put them onto a Fizz slalom ski.
Yeah,
which is fine if they've got the physical. Like Thibaut will be is skiing Fizz slalom.
He's a big boy these days.
Yeah.
He's grown up a lot.
Yeah.
He's a man now.
Yeah. And he's developing physically.
Yeah. That's the thing that struck me when I saw him this time. Because I see him go past, now, but my God, it's like...
Yeah. And he's a good skier. He's a really good skier.
Well, his dad would argue that he is more natural talent than his brother. His brother was more functional... His older brother, but he says his classic little brother, just whatever he does, he's just really good at. Which
Yeah, no, my two are the same.
Yeah.
Robbie was a natural talent, and because he was always chasing his older brother, always wanted to beat his older brother, wanted to ski faster than his older brother.
Why do you think? So that you think that in itself is a bit of nurture rather than just talent? It's a way of, that would be an argument for nurture.
I have no idea.
Well, the reason I say this is because I think there are certain inbuilt traits which we could call.
There are certain inbuilt.
Right. If someone says you're a natural, like you have an inbuilt feeling of sliding over a surface. I have it, otherwise I wouldn't be in the sport. Right, and I think certain people don't have it. It's not a natural thing for everybody.
I don't think it's a natural thing for anybody, but we've just grown.
But some people have more.
Yes.
More sensitivity to it. I think is probably what separates like a natural skier from someone who's learnt it. We've all been there. Like when teaching groups of kids, like that kid just picks it up straight away. Yeah. Because he's got a feeling for the snow or something.
Yeah, or a feeling, or he's just got a natural ability that he's able to do that or pick it up. Maybe it's just they've got better balance, or they've got better hand-eye coordination, or foot coordination. All sorts of things. But generally,
but you don't select for that. No. So it's just like, but given those two equations, let's say you've got that kid who's got that thing. Like a feeling for sliding.
But they'll pass through naturally on their own to ski. We don't select for that. Their performance will select it themselves.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if you've got two kids who are doing the same amount of hard work and one has got that innate feeling for it and one doesn't, the one with the innate feeling for it is going to be the one that can go further?
Probably.
Yeah.
But maybe not. But it's all down to, because skiing is a brutal sport. Alpine skiing is brutal.
Yeah.
As racing is brutal, because you lose by 100th of a second.
Yeah.
Okay. I think mentally it's brutal.
Yeah.
You have got to have that grit and determination to pick yourself back up. If you've not done as well as you expected, you come out of a race. You've got to, and you get into a rut of maybe not finishing races. You've got to pick yourself back up and try again.
Oh, well, so this is interesting, because I remember saying to a kid that I known who's gone all the way through Ski Romand, and I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's skiing FIS or he's not, or he gave it up. But I would always say to him, he's an incredibly talented skier. It's like there's so many people drop out who haven't got the mental strength around your age, like 15, 16, whatever. You've got to fight to stay in.
Yep.
And you've got to keep going, because all of your competition will just melt away.
Yeah, they do.
They melt away. And so I think probably if we're looking at this, this is an audio podcast, but if we're looking at this little bar chart, the intangible is how much kind of grit and determination and
it's that mental.
Have you got to keep going in the face of adversity? That
is where I think talent. If you're going to talk about talent, that's talent. That's talent. Right. Having that talent, that ability, that mental strength, or that pig-headedness.
Yeah.
To just keep going and doing the grind work, doing the fitness work in the summer, going to the weights room.
Yeah.
Robbie has to go. He's on his own.
Yeah.
Because and a lot of them during the summer, because they're not in brig or they're all off doing their own.
Yeah.
They come together occasionally for a training session, but generally, during the week.
Yeah.
Or whatever, they're on their own. They've got to go out for bike rides on their own. They can meet up with one or two of the others if they want to, but it's a grind.
It is a grind, and then you're it would be easy to skip that, wouldn't it? I
can't be bothered today.
Yeah.
But those are the ones who will make it. Those who can't be bothered today, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just getting up and going through it. Coming back from injury, having a bad period, not being selected, keep going, try again.
Yeah.
Keep going, find another solution, and just keep bashing away, and work.
And is that what you see at the more rarefied levels as you go up and up and up? You see,
that's
quite extraordinary individuals, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than those who are just kind of mercurial talents who could.
Because they quite a lot of generally the mercurial talents will drop out if they're not. If they're not going to work hard, if they're not going to put the effort in, they're not going to go to the gym. They're not going. They will end up losing. They'll end up. Yeah, just not. Because
I guess even if you're a mercurial talent, you bump up against the limit at some point, like the edge.
Because everyone's going. They're all going to come to a point, and it's those who push through, those who will knuckle down, work hard, and that will push through. How many of the kids that win, and talking about all sports, under 12 and under 14, how many of them are still there?
Exactly.
We've looked at that. In rugby, there was a study done on elite rugby players, and it was quite a lot of them. Is that the elite of the elite?
Yeah.
The best players in the world. A lot of them were not selected as youngsters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they were too small or too this, too that, or whatever, and they just hung in there, kept going. And what Didier Blashy went to a conference, and it was described. They were described as the ghost athletes.
All right.
Sneak around the edges, and suddenly, they're there because they just kept working hard.
Really?
Yeah. And you can see that occasionally in skiing as well, or the ones that will surprise you. That they were okay as kids.
Yeah.
And there and thereabout, and then suddenly they make that they're there. Either they've matured later, or they just kept working at it, and they've caught up.
Interesting.
How
do you take that knowledge and somehow put it into your training program for the youngsters? Like, are they well aware that hard work gets you everywhere?
Yes.
You mention it a lot. We mention it a lot. Yeah.
It's always mentioned. It's also, if you don't put the effort in, you will not make it.
Yeah.
You'll miss the selection. You'll not get, so it is mentioned a lot. It's, it's also to do with, when they're doing a training course.
Yeah.
If you come out, you come out after 4 or 5 gates.
Yeah.
And then straight down to the bottom and come back up. It's like, no. That doesn't work like that.
Back in.
You stop, reset, go again.
Yeah.
Okay. Henrik Kristofferson, his dad used to make him climb back up to start. Even if it was the second last gate.
Yeah.
Walk.
Back you go.
Back up. So you don't want to come out.
Yeah.
At that stage. But it's a habit. If you're coming out at the 4th gate or 3rd gate or 5th gate or whatever, every single time, get to a race, what's going to happen?
Yeah, you're just training the same performance.
You're going to do exactly the same again. Huh? And racing is all about being the fastest at the bottom and everybody. But there's never a perfect run.
No.
They're always making mistakes and so who gets to the bottom first.
Yeah.
If you fight to stay in, at least you'll get to the bottom, and you never know.
Yeah.
And we look at Marco Odermatt last year. I can't remember which race it was. The mistakes he made, and he still won.
Yeah.
He was all over the place. Okay, this year, first race he fell, but that happened. But it was, and Hirscher was the same. It was sometimes you think, oh my God, that is, and he's still faster than anybody else.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad he's back. It's a beautiful skier to watch.
We try and instill that. We try and instill a work ethic. Yeah. And I think that's where the kids get a great deal out of it, is that we get, with ski racing, or I think for any sport, it's an école de vie. It's a school life.
Yeah.
They have to be disciplined. They have to be organised. They have to work as a team. And they have to be particularly well organised, working with school and balancing school and competition and training and all the rest of it. So, yeah, that's the main benefits for them.
Yeah.
And they learn to win and to lose and how to pick themselves up. And if they don't, then they'll see that it's not working.
Yeah.
So
it's funny you should mention Marco Odermatt. Whenever I look at him, I'm like, how is he going so fast? He just looks like he's out on a Sunday ski. And he's just cruising down. Yeah. It's amazing. There's something there, but I haven't got a good enough eye to understand why he's so fast. He's smoking everyone.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look like he's trying. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's just so clean. But
he's very clean. He's very quick off his edge and back into the fall line. Like always looking to go faster and always looking to ski fast.
Yeah.
And doesn't always look as though he's fighting it.
No.
Some of them you look and you think he's fighting.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about earlier about working the flat, work the ski, as opposed to taking kids onto the steep.
Yeah.
Straight away. And a lot of people want to, the steeper it is, the better. Well, no, because they're just fighting it.
Yeah.
You got to learn. They've got to use the skis. They've got to learn to roll, roll the ankles and come in.
Yeah.
And progressive edging, and not fight gravity.
Yeah.
Which is where a lot of bad habits will come to.
Oh yeah, you also see that at sort of the very beginner level where we're teaching a lot of, if you take kids to stuff that's too steep too soon, you get all sorts of bad habits because they're just fighting, right? And you end up in weird places. You can be very, very careful about where you take, especially someone like Morjan, for example, which is a terrible place to teach beginners. It's getting better.
Wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, right. But the problem with Morjan is everything's off camber and steep as soon as you get off the beginner area at the top. Well, the Géant is perfect.
The Géant is brilliant.
Like, that's a place to learn. But so our progression is normally we'll go there and then we'll take them to Crozet. Yeah. Because Crozet you can just cruise around the Blue Loop all day long. Yeah. Get them spot on from there.
Yeah. Or Champasson. You could go.
Yeah, up and down there, right? Yeah. Yeah, as well. Yeah. So we've got some nice places for that. But yeah, it's very, very important to me that we don't expose kids to slopes that are too steep too soon. Yeah. It's a classic thing a lot of parents do. It's like, just follow me, we'll come down here. And then you get kids just doing like a mega plow down a red slope.
No, that's not what we want to see.
Not how it works. Yeah.
No. And then they do a mega plow and they're just juddering down, straight down. It's like, no. Please turn. Please turn. And stop.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So what does the season hold for you? I'm going to try and get this out before the season. I've got there's 7 of them all lined up, but I think we can just pop this in. This will probably go out in January maybe. But what's the season look like for Region Dents du Midi and Ski Valais?
Well, we start racing in December, mid-December, with the under 14s and under 16s, and then the under 12s will start in January.
Okay.
And then it's full on. Most weekends. Races. Yeah. Yeah.
Kids in the bus, various interesting spots.
Yeah.
Lesser known ski hills.
Yes. Yeah. We've got Vichères-Bavon.
Ooh, where's that?
Where's that? It's up, you go up to Lied, as if you're going up to Saint-Bernard. Called the Saint-Bernard. Yeah. And then there's a tiny car park just off Lied, a little bit, and it's the back end of nowhere. Oh, and there's 2 lifts, maybe 3 lifts. Okay. So we get, and that's the great thing. The great thing about ski racing, in Switzerland, is that you get to visit places that you would never go.
Well, that's cool.
Some of the smallest places in the universe with 1 lift. Or or 2 lifts, or but they stick in a race. Yeah. Like Wildhags. Yeah. Or I skied in Davos last year.
Did you?
For the first time. Okay. The Swiss Championships were up there. Fantastic place. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. And funnily enough, it was I felt the safest free skiing.
Really?
Yeah, because everyone was a good skier. There weren't any numpties. I've been knocked over by a snowboarder on an empty piste. I am paranoid now about people behind me.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know, and it gets really busy.
Especially cruising about carrying gates and drills and stuff. You don't want that, do you?
No. But not even that, just free skiing. Because you get, and I remember a couple of years ago when we didn't have any snow, we had to take the kids over to, the ski club kids over to Flandrins at Châtel.
Oh.
I actually cancelled training because it got ridiculous. There were so many people on the piece.
This is a Port du Soleil thing in general. Like, I very, very rarely take clients, or indeed myself, ski over on the French side. They sell too many lift tickets. There's too many people, and there's too many bad skiers over there on that side.
Yeah.
And in comparison, the Swiss side is a paradise.
Absolutely.
Everyone's decent standard.
That was what I felt in Davos.
Yeah.
There's no bad skiers. It's like, wow,
this is nice.
This is really nice.
Everyone here can do it.
I'm not going to get, and everyone giving everyone space.
Yeah, and I should say, by the way, bad skiers as in, like, not just straight lining, like you see on the French side over here. It's just so many people just skiing. And when this is the problem, is when you have a coach's eye or you can see people's technique. You're like, that guy couldn't stop.
No. And they're skiing down a straight line at 80, 90 kilometres an hour, and they're going that fast.
It's really bad.
You think, wow.
Yeah, it's really bad, and that's why it's nice to go, like, say, to places where the recreational level is good, so you can just you ski confidently and
and you can have fun,
with low stress. Yeah,
no stress, have fun, ski, and actually ski.
Yeah,
not be. What's happening behind me?
No, I know. Yeah. The other thing about the French side here is because they oversell, but it's because it's so popular. There's no snow on the pistes. It's all like scraped back to ice, and you never really get a chance to put in nice turns, because it's just like
fighting.
Yeah, I think so. Or the surface is constantly changing. That's either polished glass or lumps of
munch.
stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know how the guys teach over there. It must be quite sketchy, but because you're less focused.
Yeah, but have you not noticed a lot of them come over onto this?
Well, I have noticed that. Yeah, the Crozet is full of
the French.
Of the French guys. Yeah, but I can't imagine. I think what happens when you teach over that side of the Port du Soleil is that you're actually doing more like managing your group rather than actually getting any meaningful skiing done. Because
absolutely,
worried that people are going to ski into your client. That's how it is for me. That's why I don't go.
And I've had occasional clients who have asked to go over to the French side, and I'm like, really? You're really sure you want to do this? And I try and persuade them that we'd be better off. No. Want to ski in France? Yeah. And it's one of the attractions of the area.
It is, people love to do the tour, don't they? Yeah.
Like, really?
I'll go on a quiet Tuesday in January. Never in February.
No, never during the February holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we reached the part of the podcast where we say, do you, if people want to get in touch with you about anything, where would they find you?
Well, through our website. We've got our website, which is skiteamdondemidi.ch.
Okay. Or like proper. I'll get the address later. Okay.
Yeah. Or on my Facebook, or people can message me on through Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
And they can follow the ski team.
Is the ski team only? Do you have to live here to be able to join the Ski Team Dents du Midi? You have to have an address here.
You don't have to have an address here. It's preferred that you live in Switzerland, but we do have some French kids as well.
I met a very pleasant one on the lift, by the way. I don't know his name, but he was from Châtel, and he was a lovely kid. He was talking very highly about how he was able to train with you guys, and he, really nice guy. Yeah.
He's lovely. So he's in the Fizz group.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it is preferable to live in Switzerland. It is.
But do you take them from everywhere? Like, you have kids that come from Lausanne and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're
not Valaisians as such, but
no, you don't have to be Valaisan. You can be any. Come from. We've got kids from Vaud. We've got Geneva, Fribourg, Neuchâtel area.
Really?
Also, the only thing that they have to be is a member of one of our ski clubs.
Oh, okay.
Because Ski Team Dents du Midi is a association of the local clubs.
Yeah.
So you have to be a member of one of the ski clubs. You can't be a member of Valdilier because you have to be a local to be a member of Valdilier.
Yeah.
But Champrey or Morgin.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. And then, and preferably the idea would be to join as early as possible.
Yeah.
So that you can go through and have continuity and participate in the summer training. Because the summer training, we do the fitness training, we do all sorts of other activities. We go to Wales.
Bit of carpet.
Bit of carpet, bit of, what we find is too many of the kids only come for the winter.
Yeah.
And they've missed out on the summer progression, the fitness progression, and all the rest of it.
Do they get left behind as a result?
They do get left behind as a result. And when you look at those who actually do make it to the selections, they're the ones who've got the highest attendance rate.
Oh, right.
And they're without a doubt.
Yeah, just stay in.
They stay in. They do the work, and they've got a consistency and a continuity in training.
Wow.
And that's noticeable. Whether it's summer
you
or
can track that. That's a good measure. That's a good metric to track, isn't it? It's like, were you there? If you were there, then you make it. Essentially, that's an easy sell then to everyone else, isn't it? Yeah. Be at training.
Yeah. And we're not a babysitting service.
Yeah.
Some of the clubs and things that kids would just off you go. And the parents go off. And they only come for when they want to. Yeah. So if you've got ambitions, if your child has an ambition, we can put the training on, but they have to put the effort in. Have to be there, and we can guarantee continuity. Yeah. And also, it's not fair on the coaches that they've got a training program, and you've got kids that come in here, and they're like, oh God, we've got these kids who are moving on, and we've got to go back to this. Yeah, because this guy hasn't only turned up 1 week in 3 or whatever. Yeah. So for everyone's sake, it's better that they all show up. They all show up, and they all work together, and progress together. It's really cool. Good. Well, thanks for having me. My pleasure. Appreciate it. I've kind of got to go. I've got to go and meet my accountant. Very interesting. Good luck with that. But we'll see. But thanks. Thank you very much. Great chat. Good chat. Excellent.